Hi, this is Matt Yetter with Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. The address we're inspecting today is 5217 and 5215 Southeast Division Street, Portland, Oregon, 97206. We are about to perform a video inspection on the property's main sewer line through the garage cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it has been noted some sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made of cast iron, ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe with all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in 4-inch cast iron pipe. We are running some water from the furthest sink away, which is unit 5215, to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. So it looks like both units diverge into one pipe, and away we go. You can see this is old cast iron piping. You can see the joint. If you look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen right now, you can see kind of the wear. So definitely the cast iron piping, the old metal piping in the moist northwest soil all day long every day is definitely showing some aging and some wear. Even if it passes inspection today, I think it would be wise to go into this transaction knowing that this will most likely need modernizing in the future. So I'd recommend having a sewer scope every 2 to 3 years, just keeping an eye on things. And again, that is if the sewer pipe passes inspection, you'll just want to keep an eye on things. Again, it's original cast iron piping on the moist northwest soil, and we're seeing the wear is kind of where the two sections of pipe come together. So it's kind of where the pipe wears the hardest, is where at the joint. So again, you're seeing some wear. Yeah, that's the most amount of wear that we've seen so far. Pretty much just straight ahead at the street, at Division Street in front of the house. Runs just straight as an arrow out there. We're going to transition here. So this signifies a few things. So at 32 feet, this is typically around the sidewalk area. Signifies transitioning pipe size, so we're going from 4-inch pipe into a much larger pipe. Signifies transitioning pipe materials, we're going from cast iron piping into, looks like terracotta clay tile piping. And then lastly, we're transitioning into a branch off the city lateral. And even though we enter into city lateral piping, technically all of this will be by your own responsibility throughout the entire length, start to finish. Also looks like we could have a party line. So at 35 feet, there is something else tying in. This is out there quite a ways. This is out near the sidewalk. There's a PVC pipe tying in. Really, it's good. Let me backtrack here just a little bit. So we transitioned to PVC. I'm sorry, it's so discolored from the cast iron piping. So it actually is at the sidewalk. At the sidewalk, it transitions to plastic PVC piping, and there's another pipe coming in from this way. Joints, our pipe goes there. Something tying in here at 35 feet out at the sidewalk there. And we've already been at a point where it looks like this house tied in. But no, it's so discolored from the cast iron piping. I thought it was clay tile piping, but that's good news that this is modern plastic PVC piping. It's just discolored from all the cast iron piping. Looks like they're using a plastic flexible Fernco fitting there. It's not uncommon to have a little bit of shifting and stuff like that. So someone has put in this PVC pipe. I would recommend inquiring with the city records owners, city regulations to see what that pipe is tying in at 35 feet. It's, like I said, it's way out there at the end of the driveway. I do not believe that it is the unit that's connected to the sewer pipe. It looks like it's something else. But this is more modern plastic piping. So for a modern plastic piping to be put in, and then with a known party line, is a little bit, out of the ordinary anyway. And then we're going to drop into the city at 52 feet, 53 feet. So I'm going to turn off the water, drain everything out of the pipe, and look at the pipe one more time in reverse. Okay, we have turned off the water. We're waiting for the residual stuff to keep making its way through, but I'll start pulling them back just a little bit here. So again, here's the lateral. This is 53 feet. We think we see the markings in the roadway too, where stuff has been cut in. But anyway, there's the lateral. Better news than I originally thought. So it is all PVC piping, which is good. It's just really discolored. Kind of looks like clay piping. There's our flexible Fernco. And then there's the area in question. So that's at 35 feet. That's, under the sidewalk area. This is the thing in question, I guess, is what does this go to? It would be really unusual if this was a replaced sewer pipe with another home pipe tying in. It probably could be, probably the best guess would be that it is a drainage, a freshwater drainage of some sort. But I'd recommend before closing getting as much information about this as possible. So like I said, it's all good news in that it's all been modernized plastic piping. But that's kind of every sewer pipe needs a wild card. That's the wild card right there. And then we go to the cast iron piping. Like I said, cast iron piping, it looks like for the most part it's hanging on. We are seeing some pretty heavy wear and aging in some areas. So I'd recommend having a sewer scope every 2 years, keeping an eye on things, and then really wise to go into this knowing that this sewer pipe, this section of piping is going to need some attention in the future. And I'll keep my fingers crossed it just keeps on going and lasting and all that sort of stuff. But chances are this will need some attention in the future in the form of replacing this, modernizing this with plastic piping. And where you see the wear is kind of where the joints come together, the two sections of piping come together. If you take a snapshot of the property currently today, it still is draining, still is doing what we need it to do, but again, it's showing its age. This was probably the area with the most amount of wear, especially looking off to the left-hand side of the screen. You can see kind of the joint there is just getting pretty worn. Again, it's, as of right now, currently today, it's still doing what we need it to do, I think. So the recommendation is to keep an eye on things, number one. Number two, just getting as much information as possible about that one area where we have PVC pipe with something else tying into it. But again, if you take a snapshot of the property currently today, the pipe is working today, but should be considered deferred cost.